I am currently pregnant with my third baby girl, so I thought it would be a fun idea to kind of compare all three of my pregnancies. With my first daughter, my boobs definitely hurt the most with her. I did also notice a change in the way that things tasted, even water, before I even knew that I was pregnant. I had morning sickness from the time that I found out I was pregnant to about 16, 17 weeks with her. And I had a ton of headaches and insomnia. Those were my biggest symptoms with her. I did also gain the most weight with that pregnancy, and it's probably because I ate so many sweets, specifically ice cream. With my second pregnancy, I did not get nausea until the second trimester. So I thought I was having a boy the entire first trimester for that reason. And then the second that nausea hit, I remember looking at my husband and I'm like, it's another girl. The two biggest symptoms that I had with her were really weird, and I actually don't hear too many people talk about. And the first one was restless leg syndrome, and I had it specifically in my right leg. The only thing that helped was taking magnesium gummies, and they work like a charm. I was kind of upset that I didn't think to try them sooner because they work so well for me. The second thing was itchy ears. I never ever hear anyone talk about this, but with my last pregnancy, it was so bad that I would keep Q-tips in my purse and in my desk at work because my ears were just constantly so itchy. I did have pink and brown spotting with my second baby in the first trimester. And after going to the doctor for it, we did find out that I had a subchorionic hematoma, which thankfully went away by itself by the end of my second trimester. And then I also had mild placenta previa, so only a little portion of my placenta was covering my cervix. And again, that ended up moving enough that I was able to have a vaginal delivery with her. The last month of pregnancy with her, I had extreme back pain. It was horrible. And I did end up finding out during delivery that the reason I was having that back pain was because she was sideways and pressing on a nerve. I did have shoulder dystocia with her during delivery. Luckily, it was less than a minute, and the only thing that came from that was some bruising on her head. And then she did need a little bit of oxygen when they took her out, but we didn't have to stay in the NICU, and she's healthy otherwise. Now, as far as this pregnancy goes, it was a little bit similar to the last pregnancy nausea-wise. I did not have very much nausea in the beginning, but it hit me like a train in the second trimester. My two biggest symptoms for this pregnancy are bloody noses, which I know is pretty common, but for me, I haven't experienced them in any other pregnancy prior to this. I am also having pregnancy nightmares, and I am not talking about vivid dreams. I am aware of what a vivid dream is. These are almost borderline night terrors. I've woken up with my heart pounding out of my chest. I've woke up sweating to the point where I'm leaving like sweat marks on the bed. I've woken up like catching my breath as I'm coming out of the nightmare. It's honestly been my least favorite thing about this pregnancy so far. This is my first pregnancy with an anterior placenta, which means that my placenta is in front of the baby. And there has been a huge difference when it comes to when I feel movement and what that movement feels like when I compare it to my last two pregnancies when I had a posterior placenta. I am currently 28, almost 29 weeks pregnant, and I did not start feeling like movement with this baby until about 24 weeks pregnant. And the best way I can describe it is it's very muffled compared to getting kicked by a baby when you have a posterior placenta. I am also seeing MFM due to this baby having a VSD or a hole in her heart. I am hoping that when I have my next anatomy scan, it's gone or it's shrinking and they feel like it's going to close on its own. I have had the most Braxton Hicks with this pregnancy compared to my last two. And I'm thinking it's just because my body already kind of knows what to do and I'm aware of what they feel like. But I'm telling you, I have been getting them all day, every day. They are not in a pattern and they are not painful. So I know that they are not contractions. When they say that every pregnancy is different, they're not kidding. Third pregnancy, third girl, and all my pregnancies so far have been very different. For those of you who have had more than one pregnancy, did you notice a difference in your symptoms between pregnancies? And were the genders the same or different?